One other thing I wanted to add from the previous video is that you can also use this as like a way to practice rushing people, because when you're rushing like a team, you don't want to just like rush to them immediately, because they could just poke out of cover and like burn you down. Like you want to like be looking for areas of cover and then just like kind of like working your way through there. If you know someone's around that corner, you can use this for cover, or you can hop up here and like maybe like catch one of them off guard when you're rushing. And you just want to be like super careful but also really fast. Like if an entire team is like super good at rushing safely and quickly, then they easily going to be like the best team. Because like once you down someone, then if everyone's just rushing that person like in a safe way, finding like pieces of cover that they can use so they don't get like burned down quickly. If I know there's an enemy there, like I want to get away from there, get in cover. I want to work my way to them, like closer to them, and so then the team can just all fire at them at once. Like if I see like my teammates getting in position, then I'll rub here. Like I can use this for cover here. So where'd that bot go? Oh, he's right there. So he's firing at me. Normally I just wait and cover for my teammates to fire at him. So then he has to turn on my teammates, and then I'll pop out and just blast him once he does that. Or you can use character abilities to like help you rush too. Like with Horizon, Horizon's got a really good rushing ability, which is their ultimate. Or I can just throw this down. And throw a grenade. So he's firing at me. I'll wait for my teammates to fire on him. So he switches and pop out from somewhere else. And with team play, like finding cover to rush is like super fucking important. See, if we're rushing that guy, I'll just shoot him for a bit, wait for a teammate to like get a shot on him, or just wait a few seconds and then pop from a different angle. Sometimes I'll pop from the same angle after I've already popped from the first angle. I can never double peek from the first angle. Like I pop out one angle, unless there's like no other choice. If you're like down a hallway and this is the only piece of cover you have, like if this is a dumpster or something, then you don't really have much of a choice. You can crouch though, crouch and peek. Just peek out and crouch real quick and fire and then go back immediately. Or you can climb on top of the dumpster for a second and start firing. Which, by the way, if you vault up, like you have like as soon as you get into the range, like you can start firing, like hip firing. You don't have to wait until you get like on top of the thing. Like you just start hip firing and then just get into ADS. And then go back, and then jump back. Like normally you want to be in the habit of just like hopping up, firing a little bit, and then just going back down. And then like peeking from the same angle again. And you wait for a teammate to fire on them, etc. And yeah, you can also use this to help your abilities to help rush too. If you think of it at the time, you can also use grenades to rush too if you want to get them into a different position. That the bots, they're not going to really react to it because the AI is kind of dumb. But like, if a guy is like just went behind cover there, and your team's rushing, and say you're like over here, like what you can do is like throw a grenade over there to force them to come out this way. Normally I wouldn't run up, I'm gonna shot with a bot. And then you can just shoot them over there because they're gonna have to move over there, or you can just like hop up here and then come around and then just fire at them because they're gonna have to move from that angle. Or you can fire it at like this angle and then just rush around, like from that position. Just rush around this way and then blast them. Because it forces that, like that's what area denial is. Like you deny the area that they can move with a grenade. So they can't move anywhere like here. And so their only option is to stay here. They can shoot them, or they could go up here in this case, obviously. But let's say there is no stairs and this is just all walls. Like, you can just force them. If they only have 1 or 2 ways to go, you can try and make a prediction which way they'll go and just fire at them. If they're smart, what they'll do is like they'll try and find a different angle, and then they'll try to catch you off guard. And that's what you gotta anticipate for, and that's what I mean by like smart rushing. Like being smart when you rush is like peek, and then as soon as they see you, just go back into cover. Like do not come out of cover and like just keep firing. Like that is a no-no right here. Like you want to just be careful. Like peek around here. If you see them, just start shooting. If you don't see them and then you see them up there, just go back into cover immediately. Because they already have the advantage. Like they're already looking at you, and they'll probably start firing. And then once they start firing, generally, like if you're kind of stuck here, because if you go that way, they're going to see you. They could also move forward and see you down here. But you could just hug this. Like after they stop firing, generally like I'll peek out and shoot for a little bit. Unless I know that their mag is like super low, then I'll stay out of cover for a while. Like I'll just start shooting, just lay into them, knowing that they're gonna be dead. Especially if their teammates are behind. So with rushing, like just put it simply, it's like if you're in a fight and you're like in a state where like no one's firing right now, like you're at a standoff, just think of what you can do, like what abilities you have and what you could do to get an advantage. If someone's knocked, like think of what pathway you can take where you still have cover, and then you can shoot at them. And like if they go into cover from the position that you're in, you can use like a grenade or an ability to like push them another way where they're forced to go into cover that way. Keep them out. So yeah, rush smartly, what abilities you can use, and then area denial. And how you can get out of a situation. Like wherever you are, if you get shot randomly from anywhere, you want to be like, where can I go? So like even when you're running on the field with your weapons and you're not engaged in a team fight. Oh, yeah, I'm just change my legend real quick.
Why can't I just die already?
So even when you're running and no one's shooting at you, like you want to see like pieces of cover. It's like if I get shot right now, where can I go hide? Like I'll just go around here. I mean, normally when I'm running, like I don't run behind the cover. Like I just keep running, and I'm like, where's the next piece of cover? Right here. So I'll just run up here with my team. That's how we'll get to the next position. And apparently I can't come through. Never mind. Another piece of cover. So I'll just like stand here. And it's the same with when you're rushing. Like when you're rushing, you do not want to get caught out. If you know an enemy team is like stuck in one place and you don't know if they're running or not, it's best to be safe. Like, do not engage. Like, if you're behind cover, they like ran behind something, and I mean, they're most likely not running. They're most likely going to be healing up. Like, when you're rushing, like, play it safe. If you see a teammate is like just about to engage on them, then that's when you can just push and then start firing. Come around. Like, if you hear shots coming from multiple guns, you know that they're focused on your teammate, and that's when you can just run in, like blast them, even without safety. But it is best to like play it safe. Like in this position, it'd be best to like be near this piece of cover and then you can shoot them and then go back into cover, or run around here, and then reload, and then come back over here and then shoot. Because you do not want to be caught in a situation where like you just used all your shots and they're still alive. If you reload here, they're just going to poke out and kill you. So you just want to like, before you reload, just hop over here, reload, because they're not going to push out. They might be expecting like a teammate here or something. They're smart. They're not going to poke out because they don't know where your third teammate is. You could be over there, and they could get fucked up. So they'll just be here, and unless they're desperate, then they'll poke out. And if you see them rushing, then just switch to another weapon and fire at them, or run away and let your teammates finish them off. Like, if they're chasing me when I'm reloading and I couldn't get the reload off, then I'll just run around and just try and kite them and let my teammates finish them off until I can find a situation where I can like safely reload. So yeah, that's why I really like this bot simulation. I don't know why it's not part of the base game, because it's pretty dumb that it's not. Like, this should be something that you start like when you're going into the firing range, like start firing range with bots, without bots, or you can trigger on and off, but I guess they decided to make an Easter egg, so oh well. But it gives us an advantage, because then you can practice with this, whereas like most players probably aren't going to know about this, and so they won't have a chance to like practice the gunplay. Or just like peek out, take a shot. Or if you have a shotgun and like a wingman or something, like you can also just, you have single fire guns that like hit hard. You like practice peeking out. That's the only time I'll double peek is like I will peek fire, peek fire, peek fire, peek fire. Unless they start shooting, then I'll stay into cover and I'll peek fire again and just repeat. And that's just hell to go against. Like I hate it when I run into a shotgunner or someone with a wingman or a sniper even, and they just like peek out, shoot, peek, shoot, repeat. And then when I start shooting, they go into cover and they just stay there. And they just peek, shoot, peek, shoot. Like even if you do get hits on them, like they're gonna do more damage. Just the weapon hits harder. It's like they just peek fire. That's something good to practice too. It's like peek firing and then not getting hit by them too. So it's like as soon as they start shooting, just stay into cover and then just repeat. So yeah, there's that.